So you want some juicy stocks to watch next week. What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor. I got the clothing line to prove that. And today, we're going to speak about some stocks. This is something we do on the channel every single Saturday. I give you guys 10 companies that either I will be keeping a very close eye on next week, or just a company that I think could be worth some people keeping an eye on. And let me tell you, I think next week is going to be a very exciting week, especially if you're like me and you're heavily involved in the space of EV. There is just so much imminent news coming. I am really excited for what the next couple of weeks have in store for us. So as always, we got 10 juicy companies. Of course, I'm not going to be going in depth on these companies because there's 10 and the video would be like 800 days long if I went in depth on each one. It's just to put some onto your watch list to give you an idea of what I'll be watching next week. With that being said, guys, right before we get into the video, can I please ask you to hit that juicy like button, as it really helps me and the channel out. I would appreciate it massively. If you're new around here, hit that juicy red subscribe button, people. What are you waiting for? It's completely free. And please do drop me a comment down below. Let me know what companies you have your eyes on for next week, people. With all that being said, let's get into the video. First company of the day, a brand new IPO that a lot of people have been asking me to cover, okay? We're having a look at Xpeng, a Chinese electric vehicle maker. So these guys were founded in 2015 and they're a leading Chinese smart electric vehicle company that designs, develops, manufactures and markets smart EVs in China. Now guys, I'll be honest, I've only done maybe an hour or two of research into these guys. It's not been anything crazy, so I don't have my full mind made up on them yet, but upon initial inspection, honestly can't say I'm really excited about them. I can say that I did not invest on the IPO and I more than likely don't plan on investing next week, but of course it's a new EV company. I'm going to keep my eyes on them. Very successful IPO, okay? They were meant to be going at $15 a share. We went up as much as $24.69 a share, and as of right now, we're sitting at $22.79 a share. So very good for the company. Fair play to them. Great launch. There is a float of 70.73 million shares right now. In comparison, Hyliion, okay, somebody a lot of people are speaking about right now, myself included, they have a float of 21.76 million shares. I honestly don't expect any massive moves from these guys over the next week or two, but I do want to see what kind of price they regulate at. I know we've all seen it many times. A company goes public, we have an initial spike, we trickle back down to somewhat normal levels, and then we start to make some real movements. I don't think there's any rush for me to do my due diligence on these guys. There's lots more people I want to look into as of right now. But with that being said, next week I do want to put in another couple of hours at least, and I may end up making a full video on them. This article from Yahoo Finance says the company has a market value of about $15 billion right now, which is very considerable for a new IPO. I mean, look at NIO, which is pretty much the most popular Chinese EV play. They only have a market cap of just under 22 billion right now. And we look at Hyliion, they only have a market cap of 1.11 billion. So there most definitely is some potential here. I will say, off the initial research I've done, there's nothing about them that gets me incredibly excited, and I also don't want too much exposure to the Chinese market in general. And from what I know right now, I prefer NIO as an investment, but it is just something I wanted to bring up. Another Chinese EV company who just went public the 30th of July, Li Auto. Again, one I never really got excited about when I looked into them. They went on a crazy run, okay, a 55% run across the span of 4 trading days, and they then proceeded to crash down about 24.72% in value with a negative 9.18% day on Friday. Now, for a lot of EV companies, Friday wasn't great anyway, but 9.18% was really bad. Even after that, on the 5-day chart, they're up 8%, which is absolutely nothing to sneeze at. Market cap, again, of very close to 15 billion. So some of the reason I think for that initial surge was because of what the Motley Fool are saying here. 2 Wall Street banks initiated coverage on this company with bullish ratings. So, you know, some analysts are actually quite bullish on this company. We can see one here has a price target of $20.60. As of right now, they're at $17.60. That is showing quite nice upside, but that is actually still over 15% below their all-time high that were just made a few days ago. Now I have to say, I've done a bit of research into the auto at this stage, okay? And they look decent. They definitely look decent, and I have considered investing in them. One of the analysts has high expectations for their growth. He sees its sales rising sharply from about 30,000 vehicles this year, which already in itself is good, people. It genuinely is very good, to 445,000 vehicles in 2025, which would be a very nice portion of the market. So look, I'll be honest guys, I'm still not willing to pull the trigger just yet. I just think there are other EV companies that I am happier to invest in that I think have shorter term, even better catalysts. And again, I don't want too much exposure to the Chinese market in general. Just being in NIO right now is honestly enough for me. I do prefer the look of these guys though to XPEV. It's just another one that I get asked about quite a lot that I haven't really given my opinion on. I think they're in a good position, okay? And I think they're in a good position to grow going forwards. I do think they're going to be quite volatile for at least another couple of weeks. I brought it up just in the last company in regards to IPOs. Often we see that up move, we come down, then we start to move back up, and now we're seeing us come down again. I mean, it hasn't really done very much in a month. Again, it's a company that I don't see running away very, very soon. I think you still have a fair bit of time to make up your mind in regards to this company. But anyway, that's Li Auto. I just wanted to cover them briefly. Okay, an EV company that I love to pieces, I am invested in, I'm up massively in. I love these guys, it's Hyliion. From the 12th of August, we proceeded to run up over 100% in the span of pretty much a week and a half, and we're still up over 90% from there. But essentially, it's expected that the merger between Tortoise Acquisition Corp and Hyliion is going to happen sometime between the middle and end of September. That means that more than likely it's going to be announced within the next 1 to 2 weeks, and people are clearly getting very excited about this. And that is obviously why I'll be keeping an eye on them next week, because there is genuinely a chance that the merger date gets announced next week. Now, it's by no means a guarantee, but every week that passes is going to get more and more likely. And if we can see these kind of price movements without the merger even happening, or without the merger even being announced, things could get very insane very quickly when it does get announced. I have quite a few videos on Hyliion at this stage, so I won't go too in depth here. I'll leave one of them up in the corner of the screen right now if you do want a full Hyliion video. But definitely keep your eyes on these next week, especially if you are a current investor. Things are going to get exciting, people. I believe even more exciting than they've been the last couple of weeks. Tesla stock, baby! I think we all know why this one's on the list. The stock split. So, I mean, I opened up my investment app on my phone today, and I now see I own 5 shares of Tesla. It's pretty cool. So you should be aware that the 5-to-1 stock split has now come into play. The price will update on Monday. There was a lot of anticipation coming up to this stock split, okay? The stock price rose up over 61% from recent lows of $1,370. Anything could happen now. Next week's going to be volatile, okay? I expect some big upswings and big downswings. I mean, we see this with Tesla constantly. I mean, we are always seeing 10-20% moves. We generally see some big pullbacks off the back of them as well. I don't plan on selling anything. I don't plan on trimming positions. I may add a little bit more. But, I mean, guys, come on. The stock split just happened. We have to keep an eye on this company. Fundamentals haven't changed. Nothing like that have changed. It is now just going to be more accessible to your average retail investor. I would expect to see some interviews from Elon Musk and things of the likes. It's probably just going to be a very exciting week. So that's Tesla. Of course, they're on the list for next week. And I mean, while we're speaking about stock splits, let's have a chat about Apple. How amazing is Apple performing, guys? I mean, on the 6-month chart, we're up over 67%. I had 3 shares of Apple. I mean, I opened up my app today. Boom, we have 12 shares. We're on an absolutely amazing run. I think that they are an absolutely incredible company, and I see no reason for this run to have to slow down. Their fundamentals are incredible. Okay, we'll have the new iPhone coming out within the next couple of months, more than likely, even if it has been pushed back slightly. Balance sheet's just incredible. The management team's incredible. Everybody knows who Apple are. The brand loyalty is there. I mean, I'm recording on my Mac right now. I have my iPhone in my hand. I'm probably going to buy a new MacBook Pro, to be honest. I could not see myself using products that are not Apple, and I think a lot of people who use their products feel the same way. But I mean, it's Apple. Absolutely amazing company. I'm so happy this stock split has happened. It's only going to be $125 or so a share. It's going to be very affordable to pretty much every single retail investor that is out there. But again, not much else to keep an eye on except for the fact the stock split is happening. I just want to see how people react to this. Historically, Apple has done many stock splits and it's worked out quite well every single time. I don't see why this would be any different, especially with more retail investors than ever being in the market. Ooh, DPHC, Lordstown Motors, baby. I mean, guys, what a month it's been. We're up 72.27%. And what a week it was as well. We're up over 27.5% for the week. I made a video here the day we shot up 10%, and since then it's just kept booming up in price. It's been a very, very nice few days. I expect massive things from this company. I mean, truly massive things. Pre-orders we already have. The fact that the merger is set in stone and more than likely will be happening within the next few months. Despite the fact we've gone up in value so much, I still think we're at an extremely, and I mean extremely good valuation. I initially bought these guys in the $12 range. I currently have a cost basis of $13.49, and even at these prices, I more than likely am going to buy more. I have 100 shares. I am very heavily contemplating adding another 30 to 50 shares in this company. That is how much confidence I have in them. I just think that there is very little factored into this price right now and this valuation. Again, I have full videos on this company. I'll throw the most recent one up in the corner of the screen. I think these guys are just getting started. I urge you, if you have not looked into this company before, to start doing your due diligence. Just look into them. It is absolutely beautiful. Just based off the back of the week we had, I expect next week to be volatile. I don't know if we're going to see a continued pullback. I know in the after hours we're up a little bit, but it's only Saturday. Anything could happen. But keep your eyes on this company. Do not sleep on them, especially if you're an EV investor. Genuinely, guys, I don't think it gets much better than these guys at this current price. Okay, the last EV company we have today, we have NIO. Okay, so the only Chinese company I am involved with. On the monthly chart, you're all going to be aware, we went on this massive, and I mean massive run to the upside. We smashed through $20 a share. Since then, there's been this pullback of 9.5%, but I mean, come on guys, that's coming off the back of a pretty much 50% jump. This is one of my smaller positions in an EV company. I have 60 shares, and I have a $12.94 cost basis, so you know, again, we're doing quite decent in this company. Would I be willing to buy more at this price? Potentially. Okay, I still think the valuation's fine. I still think their growth prospects are absolutely amazing. Again, I don't want very much of my money whatsoever in the Chinese market. That would literally be the only reason I don't add more. With that being said, I could easily see myself adding another 20 to 40 shares, even somewhere in the 80 to 100 share region. It would obviously hurt my cost basis quite a lot, but ultimately, guys, I think anywhere below $20 in the long term will be a steal for this company. Now, with that being said, I also would not be in any way surprised if we did see a considerable pullback somewhere around the $16 to $17 range. So, you know, I'm not in a rush by any means to get into this company. I think that is a very realistic expectation. But at the end of the day, long term, I think $18.50 is a fantastic price point. Another reason that this has gone down is because of share dilution, issuing new standard common shares. And I've said this in videos before, guys, I don't really care. Like, not just in regards to NIO, but in general, I know it makes our shares worth less objectively. It's only for a short period of time. It puts NIO in a better financial position. They need that cash right now. It's absolutely fine. I still think in the long term, this is a great price point. Right, let me speak to you guys about Virgin Galactic. We haven't brought these up in a fairly long time in one of these videos. I did make a video on them not too long ago. Monthly chart, down nearly 25%. From the highs, we are actually down over 25%. And I mean, you go to the 6-month chart, you go to the very peaks, we're down over 30%. I'm a bull on Virgin Galactic. I know a lot of people have strong opinions about this company, whether it's a good investment, a bad investment. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions. I personally think these guys have absolutely immense growth potential over the next 6 to 9 months, and then long term, obviously, so much more. This is one of only 2 companies I bought last week, and the reason I'm buying now, guys, is because not many other people are. The reason I'm buying now is because there's not a lot of hype out there. The reason I'm buying now is because a lot of the excitement has died down, and that can be one of the best times to get into a company. I mean, again, let me just use Hyliion as an example. Here, when we were around the $19 to $20 range, for a very long time, there wasn't that much hype, there wasn't that much excitement. This was the best time to buy. Now, when there's all the hype and excitement in the world, it costs nearly twice as much. So if you're looking for a long-term investment that you've done due diligence in, and you believe in, if for whatever reason there isn't that much excitement about that company in the short term, and that leads to somewhat of a sell-off, that can be one of the best times to get in. So that is why I went ahead and bought more. Also, guys, there's been some interesting movements, okay, in regards to options trading when it comes to Virgin Galactic, and the last time we saw this happen was when this massive rise to the upside happened. So do people trading options know something that the everyday investor doesn't know? Who knows? But September 18, 2020, $25 calls had some of the highest implied volatility of all equity options today, and that was as of August 27th. Considering we are at 1746, and that is not very far away, it's just something to keep in mind. Now, it could come to absolutely nothing, but still, the last time we saw option plays like this, it did end up paying off. So 2 more companies, none of which are EV or growth stocks. So we have Walmart stock, first of all. A company I've spoken about quite a few times on the channel in the past. It's not for me, I'll be honest, I'm not going to invest in them, I'll just say it right now. But for the right investor, I think it's offering a great opportunity, okay? On the 6-month chart, Walmart's up 21%, which is absolutely fantastic for the times we're in right now. And they have a decent growth history in general. Now, on the 1-year chart, not much else has happened. But if we go back to the 5-year chart, we are actually up about 120%, which is fantastic. There is no debating it. That is really good growth, especially for a retail company that Walmart is. Also, I like what Walmart does, okay? I like their ingenuity. I like the delivery systems they're bringing out. I like the fact that, you know, they're working alongside EV companies. I like seeing articles like this, Walmart making a play for younger shoppers with potential stake in TikTok. I just like what they do. I really do like them, and I like the management team. With that being said, I'm not generally interested in retail stocks whatsoever, but if that is the kind of investor you are, and you're looking for, you know, one of the safe retail stocks that does offer good growth opportunities, this would be my favorite one, simply put. So I just wanted to bring it to your guys' attention in today's video, because I don't speak about companies like this very often. look into them. I mean, they've done very well. Do I think they're ever going to be a company who gives you 100% in a year or two? No, I definitely don't. Do I think they're a company who can somewhat safely over a long period of time give you back 15 to 20% plus whatever dividend they pay? Yes. Alright, and just a little bit of an interesting one because I've spoken about these guys a few times in the past. Dave and Buster's, okay, on the monthly chart, up 29.16%. On Friday, up over 16%. Now again, like Walmart, this is not one that I will be getting involved in personally. I do, however, genuinely believe it could be offering a decent value play if that's your kind of thing, if that's the kind of investor you are. Now, I definitely don't think it's the safest value play in the world by any means, but I do think it is offering a decent price point. I mean, right now we're at a market cap of 832 million. So be it we're at a PE ratio of 50, but that's because they got hit extremely, and I mean extremely hard by the Roni. I mean, they got slashed down 85% in value on the 6-month chart. And even after this amazing run, they're still down very close to 50% in value. To me, the main question is, do they survive? That really is what it comes down to. If they do, there's no doubt in my mind that this can be a $25 to $30 stock again within a couple of years, which obviously, even at these current price points, offers really, really nice return. But again, I want to stress that I don't think it's the safest play in the world, and I don't think it's the best in the world. I just wanted to point out this price movement as I have brought them up a few times on the channel. But guys, there you have it. 10 juicy little companies to keep an eye on next week. So guys, if you have watched until the end of the video, I do hope that I was able to give you at least one juicy little company to have a nice little look at next week. And as always guys, if you have watched until the end of the video, you my friend are a true legend, and I really do appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. You are helping me out so much more than you understand. I do expect next week and the week after to be two very, very exciting weeks in the world of investing, but particularly in the world of EV investing. Let's all just wait and see what happens, people. Anyway guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy and you haven't yet, can I please ask you to hit that like button if you haven't? It's completely free guys, help a man out. Drop me a comment down below and subscribe if you're new around here. With all that being said guys, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic weekend. I will see you for tomorrow's videos. Peace.